So we have these options, and based on your business requirement, you have to decide whether to go with the screen flow, record triggered flow, schedule flow, platform event flow, or auto launched flow. So I will be talking about screen flow. You can look at the description available over here, which will give a brief idea on which flow to be used for what purpose. Now, if I talk about screen flow is used to build some user interfaces, some screens, some UI with which user can interact. Okay, so you can place your screen flow on the lightning page, you can place it on the cloud sites. Okay, you can call your screen flow with the help of quick actions as well. So let us talk about screen flow first and click on the create button over here. Now here you can see that there is something called auto layout. So if I tell you there is a free form layout and auto layout, there are two layouts available. Auto layout is the default layout. It is the latest layout released by Salesforce. It helps you to build the flows more cleaner, but you have less control. In the free form layout, you have all the controls in positioning the elements, the relative position, and everything. So we will build with the free form layout, and then slowly we will move to auto layout, because free form, if you know free form, working on auto layout is very easy. So let's stick to the free form for now. And when you look at this free form layout, on the left hand side you will see a toolbar which has two tabs. One is elements, another one is manager. Under elements you can see different sections, one for interaction, then for logic, and then for data. See, we have these 5 data elements, 6 logic elements, and 3 interaction element. This is the screen element. Okay, this screen element gives us the ability to interact with the user. So with the help of this you create your user interfaces. Let's pull this element, drag this element into our canvas in this app builder and see what it contains. Now when I look at this screen element, it has header, this is footer, and here it is body. So this is divided into 3 sections. For header and footer, you can configure them from here. If I go to this configure header, I have the option to either show the header or hide the header, and also I have option to show the help text in the header. So here, if I give the help text, say, okay, I'll give the help text a little later, but for now let us see that in the header the heading is flow label. Now what is this flow label? This also we need to discuss. Before we move to discussion of this flow label or adding the help text, let us first give the label to our screen element. So I will call this screen element application form page 1. Okay, this is the label for my screen element, and also it has one API name. With this I mark it, for now I take off this show help text property and mark it done and click on save. Now before I activate it, I have to save the flow, and while saving the flow I have to give flow label. This is the label I was talking about. So I write it as application form. So I will mark it as student application form. Okay, there are some advanced properties for this flow, like version selection, template selection. They will talk all about this later. For now I am just saving the flow. Okay, now it is showing me this, that there is an issue which can prevent activation of the flow because nothing is connected to the start element, and this is true. So far I have not connected anything to the start element, and this is why the activation is prevented. Now I am connecting my start element to the screen element and then saving it again. Anytime I click on save, it won't create a new version. It won't create a new version when you click on save. But when you click on save as, you can create a new version, or you can also create an entirely a new flow. Okay, now it is saved to my database with no issues, no warnings, nothing, and I can click on activate, and this will become the active version. So I am not making it activate right now because my work is not completed, my development is not completed. If you are in the middle of your development and you want to preview, you can click on the run button. When you click on the run button, it takes a while to load and it preview your flow. So for now I have this flow label. This is the header of the screen, which is the flow label, and this is the footer, which is the finish button, and there is nothing in the body. If I go back to my flow and click on this screen, let us talk about this header a little more. I can add some help text, so you can add here that fill out this form before December 2024. Okay, now let's have this as the help text. I save it, go there and click on the run again, and this will appear over here as a tooltip. Fill out this form before December 2024. If I go back here in the footer, I see previous, finish and pause. 3 buttons are available. For now I only see finish button here because there is no path to go in the back direction. That's why previous is disabled. Pause has entirely different functionality. We have to enable the pause functionality from the process automation. We will talk about it in detail. So you can also configure the header based on like you want to show the configure the footer based on like you want to show the footer or not. And there are some buttons available like next button, previous button, pause button. You can decide whether you want to go with the custom label or you want to use the standard label, whether you want to hide it or you want to keep it. So, okay, for now I am keeping all the buttons without any custom label, keeping the label as a standard. So this is how it looks like.